Hey, scrapbook friends, thank you so much for being with me here for episode 51 of Theme Park Thursday. We're almost to a year. It also happens to be my birthday, and so I just wanted to take a minute to thank all of you for your support of my channel, for the nice comments, for the suggestions, for, of course, those of you who are able to order on my website, support my business in that way, my in-person friends, my virtual friends. You guys just all mean the world to me. And I never would have thought that YouTube would be the opportunity for me to make so many friends. And some of you that I've met in person since then, and others that I hope to meet sometime in the future. But thanks so much again for tuning in today. We're going to be going to the 50s Primetime Cafe at Disney's Hollywood Studios and hopefully learning a new technique and ending up with a layout that I like and I hope that you will like too. So stay tuned. Here's how today's layout is going to turn out. Spoilers. I used an older paper pack. I think it was an Advisor exclusive. I used one of the Punches Night Out. I think it was called Night Out from our summer promo. And I did a hidden journaling box. I didn't mean to do this when I first got started. I thought I could fit my journaling in this little space, but I had way too much to say. And it's not quite as obnoxious and hard to read in person as it looks like on the screen. But I hope you will stay tuned and see how this layout came together. So as is usual for us when we go to Disney, apparently, our first stop was lunch. We tend to stay out very late and then sleep in, and we went and had lunch. And we went to the 50s Primetime Cafe, and they had this thing. I've got some food pictures, but they had this little thing. It was a little nugget. I don't know. I think it was Goofy that you drop it in your drink, and it was supposed to like make it something sparkly and fun. I'll probably have to look that up before I do my journaling. So here we dropped it in our, I don't know if it was in soda or what it was in. So there's the little drink when you first get it. Here's a better picture. And then you drop it in. And then there's two pictures of it. And stir and wait. Shake it up, I guess. And it didn't really look sparkly. But I thought that would be fun to kind of do as a little series. Maybe along, I don't know, like the bottom of the page. Maybe start with these. I don't know. I won't use all of these cups. But then I have, let's see, Michelle with her, I think that was when we were done eating. So I'll put these at the end. Katie got the Clean Plate Club sticker. I'm positive, y'all, that I have these stickers. You know, they usually give them to you on a little plastic paper. And if they do that, my girls know they don't stick them on. So they always give us an extra. And so I put them in my bag. So somewhere, remember I told you I couldn't find any of my memorabilia? It's somewhere. All right, this one I've got to have. I don't know about that one or that one. And then our food. This is us not getting to sit at the fun table in the corner. Oh boy, there's a lot of pictures to try and fit on one layout. But it's not worth like too many more of these. So my last, the last page of Animal Kingdom, I did the fairy wings like in a big rectangle. So I don't want it to look too much like that. But I think I could do this one like along the bottom. I know I kind of want to keep that one. I think maybe not that one. I don't need that one. I need that one. That one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll leave that one. 6. Or this one and somehow that one in there. And then this could go at the top with these two. And then these on the other side. Okay, now this is feeling a lot like the bat one I did with the 2 rows. So this is the 50s Primetime Cafe. It's kind of this funky, you know, retro 1950s style. I could cut these, most of these skinnier. So I think I'm having like tall skinny along the bottom. Maybe something like this, 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 this. I'll leave all those out. Okay, that will fit on one layout. Now the question is, what paper do I use for it? I'm looking at this tablecloth. We had a paper pack called Modern Moments. I think that's what it was called. I don't think the colors are right. The orange and blue. I was talking to somebody recently who admitted that there have been times when she's been watching the videos and saying, purple, pick the purple. So, Anne, I'm sorry that you're not here to tell me what paper to pick, but let me look and see what I've got. I do know a lot of my paper, especially my CM paper. I look at it enough and I remember the collections well enough that I usually can think of something with my brain, but this one, I think I'm gonna have to use my eyes. And so I have a big bin of paper and I'm just gonna have to flip through it and see what strikes my fancy. So I'll do that. I'll clip all that out because you can't see anything because it's all under the table. And then I'll come back with a couple of options and we'll keep thinking it through. All right, I only made it to the eyes in my paper bin. I keep everything alphabetical. I have imagined that, and it has the blue and the yellow. But I don't know. I don't think that that's it. And ironically, what I really do like is this Modern Moments. I think this is exactly the colors I need. I have this one with the polka dots. I have a little green. I have the blue stripe. So this is an extra pack. This was an advisor pack. So I thought this was all that I had, but in my secret stash, I found a whole pack of it. So that makes it a lot easier. Although it would be nice to use up some of this that I already have. Yeah, the back sides are not as appealing to me, but I think I need that circle, and I like this diamond and the stripe. So let's pull some of those out. I always hate it when there's a paper pack and like there are a couple papers I don't like as well, but then there's one I like and I really like both sides of it. Makes it so hard. It's like I don't love this arrow. I do like that yellow. That would be all right. I don't love this green. I do like that green. Looks like mint chocolate chip, except it'd be like mint blueberry, which sounds revolting. Ooh, I like the hexagons. Little raindrops. And these two I've already got. All right, so let's try and think of something with this. No, not this. Well, maybe that. But this. I don't think I want to use both of these. I might have to do some welding. I've seen a couple, well, last week we did like the two big side panels. So I don't want to do the side panels. I want to do this on the bottom. So maybe we'll do welding this way. And if we did this on the bottom and that on the top, that looks kind of fun. Then we could take this piece. Oh, that one's trimmed. Can't use that one. We'll use this piece. This piece and maybe make a border out of it. It might need to be on a green. Yeah, these are not 6-inch photos. One of them is a 6-inch. This one is a 4x6, and these others are the digital 5.3. So that makes it a little bit easier, you know, if I want to do it like this, but I'm hoping I can cut these down even a little smidge more because I don't necessarily need the whole photo, except for this one. I don't want to cut too much of that, but I'm liking those colors together. I may need to pull in a solid. We don't have anything in that mint green though, I don't think. And on the tablecloth, there's this fun little design with the circles. So that would be kind of fun to do. Oh, an interesting thing I found out on a recent Disney trip. If you ever see someone walking around with a cup that has the little Disney characters on it, then that's a non-alcoholic drink. So if you are a drinker and you want something that's like an adult beverage, you don't get little Tinkerbell or whatever. You don't get the characters. Here's a better picture with all the characters. So I thought that was interesting. I had not ever heard that before. But Michelle's working at Disney and she told me so. It must be true because, you know, she knows stuff. All right. I think, you know, it's interesting. I do a lot of layout classes. I do project recipes. I do Savvy Scrapbookers type videos where I create a layout first and then I figure out with the pictures. But this is the way I usually scrapbook. And I think what I need to do is cut the photos first. And then we can decide how I want to cut the paper. So yeah, let's get out my trimmer and cut these photos and see how we can make that work. All right, hello, my beauty. I am not a tidy scrapbooker. I'm sure you guys have already figured that out about me, but it is sometimes hard because I put all this stuff on the table and then I lose things. So this is the one I wanted at the top. I'll move the paper out of the way. I think I was going to try and do, I thought I was going to do 6 across the bottom, but now I only have 5. So maybe I pulled out too many of the other drink pieces. Because this is basically almost the same, where you drop it in and then you stir. Yeah, I don't know if we want that one. Stir, stir. I mean, I like the progression of this as it gets progressively, you know, maybe I don't need that one. You stir, it gets oranger and oranger. I kind of like that one where she's just shaking it up. Maybe we did that first. Maybe we shook it up first and then we stirred and then we ended up with that. So I don't know if I think I'm not even going to worry too much about having to be all the same size. Let's see what this one can be. 3 is well, I guess I could do 3 if I cut her hand off a little bit on that side. So we'll do 3. And like I say, I don't know if I'm going to keep it the full height. I don't think I am. So can we do 3 on this one? Yes, easy enough. And 3 on this one. We can even do less than 3 on this one if we wanted to. 3, 3, 3. 3. This is one again where I kind of put the middle at the 1.5 inch line, which is of course half of 3. Scrapbooking math, it's the only math I know. Don't necessarily want them all exactly centered, but, and this one, like I say, this could also be smaller. Oh good, that's not exactly centered. And that one I think we'll leave big. Oh, this one I'm going to cut down. All right. There's our little guy. There's Michelle up here. I kind of would like to cut this lady out on her phone back there. Well, this was supposed to be the first one. I'm going to cut that roof off, all of that ceiling. So I'm going to cut it to 4.5. I think we'll be good. 4.5. And then decide here. So I think I was thinking about the stripe at the bottom. I'm gonna have to use 2 different paper. I mean, you know, one paper cut in half. I think that will work. Let's put this, and I think I am going to do some welding, except I don't really want it to be exactly half and half. I'm not really a symmetrical person. I like stuff to be, you know, offset, like 7 and 5 like we did last time. So, I mean, I guess if I make these a little shorter, I mean, these are already only 5 1/4. So even if I cut just a little bit off of them, I can't cut the bottom off, but I could cut that. I cut that. I could cut that. I could definitely cut, well, I don't know about cutting that one. I guess I could cut some of that because we just want to see, I mean, I can even trim this in. I don't need to see that extra side. Okay. But I don't want it to be on the yellow. I want it to be on the blue. Could I do 7 and 5? If I do that, then I'm gonna have to cut both of these. Right? Or I can just use it as a background paper and then not have this polka dot for anything else. That might be the easiest thing. Oh, I could mat it like that so it's like a strip on here. That's what I'm gonna do. So I am gonna have to use both background papers. And I'm gonna cut this one at 5 by like maybe 11, maybe 11 and a half. And I want my stripes to be going vertically. I'm cutting against the grain. And I mean, these line up and I don't love that. So I think we'll use that side. No one is going to care. I know that no one's going to care. But I'm going to do it anyway. All right, so there's my 2 5-inch strips, which means I've got to cut these pictures down to 4.5. Not that one, not that one. 4.5. So if I cut the top off here, no, I can't quite go that far. Cut the little snoggy off. 4.5. 4.5. 4.5. That was easy enough with that one. 4.5. Not quite 4.5. Go that way. 4.5. And this one, a little bit that way, a little bit that way. And I may, in fact, be cutting this. Like, I don't know what that little line is. Maybe I'm cutting that off. I think I'll cut that part off. And do we do 3 inches? Yes. Yeah, I mean, there maybe is a hint of glitter in there, but we couldn't see it. And I don't remember what it tasted like. I think we weren't particularly impressed by it. Oh, but see, now I got this picture. I kind of like the front view. But I think we have the front view on one of the other pictures. Okay. So what I want to do is bring this down in here like this. So I think I'm going to cut just a 1/2 inch off. Well, let's see what these, when I put 3 of these on here, and then this little guy. On the other side, it's going to be shorter because I don't have the little drink at the end. But I think that's good. I think we'll cut a 1/2 inch off the ends. 1/2 inch off this one. And do I care which side I cut off here? I'll cut that side off too. 1/2 inch. We'll see. I may come back and cut a little bit more off of this. Okay, I'm liking it. I'm liking it. I love yellow anyway, so having this paper, having a whole pack of that paper has made me happy. All right, and this. No, we have to put here. That one, that one, that one. And then I have, oh, I wasn't, oh, can I fit this one in here? I bet I could fit this one in here if I cut these narrower. I could do 4 on this side, and then I shouldn't have cut that one because then I could have just had it be wider, but oh well. But where am I going to put this little guy? Where did I put that little guy? Well, I gotta find him. Okay, let's cut this to 4.5. I do love this picture of Michelle, though, this close-up. She's so cute. It's cuter than this one where she's not really smiling. Oh, and it's this one, too. Maybe I won't use that one. Maybe I'll use this one because she's cuter. And I don't really care what the what the drink looked like. Go ahead and cut off this woman behind us. I'm going to do a smidge narrower than 3 so I can fit all 4 of those on there. I'm going to cut that little bit of ceiling tile off, and 4.5. At my crop last weekend, we were talking about when we all first started scrapbooking, and like, do you remember how hard it was to cut your photos? And it's just not hard for me anymore. Okay. I have lost my other little picture. Got to be around here somewhere. Well, when we find it, we'll put it on there. Or we'll use that one. I don't think I threw it away when I threw my scraps away. All right, let's put this here. So do I want a border? I'm going to trim these so they fit in here. So this is going to be a little bit narrower. This is going to be 2.5. That worked. I can cut, aha, there he is. I can cut a smidge off of here. 2 3/4. If I need to, I can cut another 1/4 inch off that. I could easily cut, I'm going to cut off here. And we'll go this one 2.5. Oh, I did have my first trimmer injury at my crop this past weekend, so I was a little sad about that. I'm kind of sad that I cut this one now. I guess I cut it that way. I don't like it. It's kind of square, but I think I want it more to be a little more rectangular. 4.5 by 3.5. That light is annoying me too, but I'm going to leave it for now. And put our food. That we had 2 food pictures. So yeah. And these are can easily be cut down. I do not need a whole section of tablecloth. That's 2.5 by 4. And this one I'll cut a little tablecloth and a little plate off. So that's, all right, 3.5 by 4. Okay. I almost want to fussy cut this little guy out so that I can, I don't want to overlap those like that. All right. And then, again, we'll trim this down. Three by 4. That'll be just right. I have a little bit of the tablecloth still, but not so much. And then I almost feel like this needs to be the whole thing because she's got her fork and the, I can't finish this, Mom. This was too much food. Maybe I need to put these on this side so that I can put this little guy over here. If I cut these a little bit narrower, then I can fit them. Yeah, what's going to happen here? I guess I could do it like that. Oh, ooh, I can do it like that. Maybe I'll trim a little bit more off of that. But I don't have anything to put in here. So I always like to keep my designs to the middle and my white space to the outside, but I feel like this needs to be on the outside. All right, let's trim down. Oh yeah, this one we can easily trim down. Lots of space on the sides of the cup. 2.5. I can even go a little bit less than that. 2 and whatever that is, 3/8. I'll cut this off. Cut Michelle's braid off. Sorry, Michelle. Here we go. Okay, okay. Coming together. I think I'm going to want some blue to mat these photos and maybe mat that photo. So do I have it? Maybe I have a different piece and I put it behind here like a crisscross. But what piece do I use? Oh, the back of the hexagon was like a darker blue. I could maybe do the diamond. It's not, I have this partial piece. Maybe. Oh, this one has this blue on it. Yeah, I think that one's better than that one. I kind of like this diamond though. I guess I could use a diamond border maker cartridge. All right, so this is these are 4-inch photos. So if I do this at 4.5 inches, I really do like that hexagon. And who knows, maybe Sam will do this as a bring back. It's always so interesting to me which paper packs they decide to come back with. I'm going to trim this down a little bit more. I don't need that little black cup right there. I think I'll be happy with it gone. Yeah, there we go. I cut that little, extra gravy or whatever it was they gave us. I even want to go maybe a little bit more. Since I've already cut that carrot, I didn't mean to cut that carrot. I'm going to cut all of that black off because I feel like it draws my attention. Okay. Of course, now I'm like, oh, should I weld these together so I can have one little piece of this yellow? Is that just too much? One of the things I do at my crops, on my Saturday crops, is we always do a Noreen Smith 1, 2, 3 sketch. And I know many of you last week when I asked about, what other YouTubers you follow, several people said, I miss Noreen. All right, I think I do want to weld this just so I have a piece of that. That was 4.5. And I love the Noreen 1, 2, 3 concept. And this kind of feels like that to me, even though I didn't do it the whole 1, 2, 3 way. All right, let's get a piece of paper to weld with. And I miss the cardstock weight. This is an older paper pack, and so this is the cardstock weight. I miss the cardstock weight. I really like this for matting photos and stuff, but for welding, I do actually like just the paper weight. So I'm just going to cut a 1/2-inch strip to do my welding with. All right. So I'll put these two together, butt them up so they're exactly aligned. Take my regular tape runner and run it along the seam. And you don't need a lot. You don't have to cover the whole thing. Just every, 1.5 inches or so, just a tiny bit. I am going to have that same problem that I often have with, that's pretty too though, isn't it? Where I feel like I need to do more. Add more, it needs to be more. All right, and I'm going to do this about a 1/2 inch from the bottom. I'm going to attach this about a 1/2 inch from the bottom. I'm not going to do it. All right. And then I will just adhere this one. by butting them up together again. I am not sad to have this extra piece of paper. All right, and these are not the same, so it doesn't, you know, I don't like to do it so it's exactly the same. I can't even match. Oh, it's because I cut it. Ha! That's this piece right here. So that's good. So it's not going to look exactly the same. We'll do it like that. All right. I was like, why is the corner not matching? It's because I cut it. And when I welded it together, I was able to do the two factory setting, you know, the ones that are cut in the factory, which generally tends to be more precisely straight than when I cut myself. Okay. There we go. So we start with Michelle, then we have our drink, and then we drop it in, and then we shake, we stir, and we finish. And I am going to maybe have to trim that. Oh no, maybe I don't. Oh, perfect. Okay. And I'm not going to map these. I don't think I need to. The lines are a little bit annoying, but they're not terrible. I'm going to put this little guy right here. Or I could put him straight if we wanted to. But I think I'm going to put him at an angle because I'm going to put these up at an angle up here. So let's tape these down. All right, you guys were so great last week. I asked you a question about YouTubers. So now I want to know, if you use Creative Memories adhesive, do you use mostly regular? Do you use mostly repositionable? Do you mix it up a lot? And if there's a reason why. I mean, I know some people really love the repositionable, but I've told you before, I think I use more of it, and I think that's why I don't like it as much. With this, I know I just have, I mean, even right here, I just have one little speck of adhesive, and you know what, that's going to be fine. So if I was really frugal, I could probably get away with one little speck, because once you got the page protectors on, they stick down nice and well. All right. I'm not going to stick that down until I figure out for sure what I want to do. And do I want I usually like to put the bigger picture, like the heavy, visually heavier on the bottom. Okay, I'm going to do that. And that puts that little tablecloth thing up there at the top. So I need to be thinking about a title. I can always go with 50s Primetime Cafe. Oh, how about Just Like Mom Used to Make? Or something about the drink. But I think, I don't know. Michelle and I ate at 50s again. Just this. Oh, see, if I do that at an angle, I don't know if I want both of these at an angle. Maybe I'll do it like that. Just this summer. But I kind of am liking the Just Like Mom Used to Make. All right, I like that. This is that hard part again, where I'm feeling like I want to keep everything to the middle and keep my white space to the outside. If I ever find these little stickers, they'd be really cute to put them right here. So maybe I will do it like this, and I'll put a little Post-it note on here. But when I find this sticker, I mean, we've been there several times, so odds are good. Even if I don't have a sticker from this trip, I have a sticker. Actually, the odds are really good. I bet if I were to say on this video, does somebody have a sticker they could send me? One of you does. I am not asking that, but I could, because I bet somebody has one of those stickers. And actually, it might even be in my wallet. Okay, I think I'm going to do that. We got 2 angles. Kind of like it that way. That kind of makes this table straight now. But then that's the same as that. Ugh. Okay, I have no issue if they're all straight, but when they start, we doing them a little bit wonky. All right, we're gonna go that way. And hope I don't change my mind. All right, now what are we gonna do? I think I am gonna write just like Mom used to make. And I think I'm gonna use blue sticker letters, assuming I can find those. I still haven't found my white sticker letters, you guys, so I ordered more. So hopefully they'll be here by the next time I need to use white sticker letters. All right, I don't think I need any more of these. I do want to journal. Yeah, I'm not sorry, I didn't use that picture. I do want to journal about, maybe I'll journal about the drink here, and I'll write just like Mom used to make kind of up here, and I'll leave this so that down the line I can add that sticker. All right, let's find the blue ABCs. Really do love having a dedicated place for my ABC stickers. I haven't had anything. Creative Memories, I feel like we had something similar to this years ago, but I didn't use it. Oh, our letters were a different size. I think the packaging was different. They were more square. So this is great for the letter stickers. And you'll see that the white section is still empty because they're somewhere, but here's lots of blue. Oh, is it the right blue? I think it's close enough. The right blue, close enough. Oh, I also want to give a shout out to Marie, who lives up in the Pacific Northwest, but was on a cross-country trip, and she and her husband stopped by to meet me and get a picture. And I was so excited to get to meet one of my YouTube friends in person. That was delightful. All right, because I've got these kind of ski-wampusy, I think I'm just going to do them, I'm not going to try and make them straight. But do I do Mom in capital letters, just like Mom used to make? I think I do. I think I want to put some emphasis on that. And what am I doing as far as letters? I think this was the first color of these collegiate letters to sell out. I may have a few extra, but I don't know. Here's this one. Oh, these are both that. Got lots of J's. I think I'm going to do capital, like normal, traditional capitalization, capital J, regular like a sentence, just like Mom used to make, all in lowercase letters. And I think maybe what I want to do is write Mom first and then like, and work backwards. I'm going to leave a little bit of a border. I don't know. I don't want to go all the way to the edge. I'm going to try and leave that same kind of half-inch border. I just think will be visually more pleasing. And the irony, of course, is that I have never made pot roast like this. I've made similar kind of things, but the one that has the carrots and the celery, just not the way I do it. So just like, okay, I'll stick the letters down and then I'll be back. All right, I've written out some journaling. I finished the title, just like Mom used to make, and I wrote, okay, maybe not Nicole's mom or even Michelle and Katie's mom, but surely someone's mom used to make meatloaf and pot roast just like this. Oh, I forgot to close the parenthesis. All right, and I want to journal over here about the drink and how it had this little Pluto that you could drop in the drink. But I'm a little bit worried about the spacing, and I don't want to use my precious little piece of paper that I had cut off. So I'm going to use a scratch paper and practice my journaling on here just to get the spacing. And here, even right here, if I want to put that little Clean Plate Club sticker, it's going to have to go It's not quite this big. This is 1.5 inch. I think it's a little smaller than that. It's gonna have to kind of go down over this because I forgot to leave space for it. So maybe I'll never find it and then it won't matter. So I think I'm going to just kind of write it out here as a practice, and then I'll transfer it over. But that's a technique if you don't want, I mean, I could do also on a journal box. I could just write it on here and put it on, but there's nothing else white on here. So I kind of like to be able to write. I feel like you can see okay on the background paper. And so it's just easier to write on the background, but I want to think out what I want to say, make sure the spacing works before I write it on my real paper. So I'll do that, and I'll be back to show you the result. So I stopped what I was doing to do a little Google search, and I found out the name of that drink, the iridescent sip aberration drink. So I would never have remembered that on my own. But now I can journal what the actual name is of the thing. I didn't realize that we could have had Minnie or Mickey, and we got Pluto. So it was just yellow and yellow. But if you had the other colors, you got colors. Wah. Okay, so I'm glad that I wrote this out, because here's my draft and there's my space. And it's not going to fit. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a pull-out journaling pocket, which I wish I would have thought of before, because then I could have matted this picture on something. And maybe I still can mat it on here and have the little pocket. Or I could just cut this and put it behind. I've done that before. I could use the half circle, like this circle, and cut it out. Let's see, let's look at the paper again. Oh, I'll use this one. I could put this behind, this one that I wanted to use. I could tuck this behind here and cut out a little half circle. I'll do a little bit of journaling about how we started there. And yeah, and then I can put this on something else. And I think I've shown you guys how to do little pull-out journaling before, but maybe I haven't. So maybe this will be a good thing, which means my video is going to be longer. You know, I thought I was doing great, but that's all right. Yeah. Let's see. Maybe do I want a circle? I think that one's too small. That would be all right. That little behind it. Okay. Oh, this is the scary part, cutting this up. I think I'm going to use the red blade. Good old trusty red blade. I'm using the little mats on the bottom, these little grippy things, just to help me position. Those are aligned with each other. So if I put the two, let's zoom down. So you see these two little pieces, and if I line them up with the edge of the paper, hopefully you can see that. I can see where they are lined up. Then I know I'm getting pretty much a half circle. I mean, I guess if I want to go right halfway on those, and that way I know it's a half circle. I'll go up a little bit. All right, here we go, the scary part. All right, make sure both of these are in the, and I think rather than start on the edge and come in, I think what I want to do is, I'm going to move this. All right, I think sometimes when I start on the edge and go in, there's a risk that it's going to like crease this paper. So I'm going to start in the middle and make sure both little feet are in the groove. I'm going to come off the edge this way, and then I'm going to go this way and come off the edge that way. Just because if I had done it the other way, I mean, maybe it would have been all right, but sometimes I feel like when I come in, when I come in this way, yeah, it would have been all right, but you never know. So just to be careful, I did it like that. All right, we'll zoom back out. All right, so now this is going to be behind there. Oh, I kind of like that. I kind of like that. But what I need to do is I need to make a pocket for my journaling, and I could make it out of like white cardstock. That would be more frugal with this paper, but because I have quite a bit of this, I have this whole piece. I think I'm just going to go ahead and make the pocket with this paper. So I know that it needs to be, we'll do it this way, because then I can draw on it. Get a pencil. I think I'll have the, right there. And right there. I could just fold this, and maybe I'll use my scoring blade. I could just fold all of this up, but then I'll have, I just want to make it like two sides. So I'm going to do a little lip there, a little lip here, and then I'll tuck it at the end so that the journaling isn't, you know, so it doesn't go through the middle. My little scoring blade, I for some reason have two scoring blades. I have no idea why I have two scoring blades, but my little scoring blade doesn't get a lot of love or a lot of use. All right, and I drew the lines on the back, but I want to score. I guess it doesn't matter which. I want to score in this way anyway, so we'll use our little sight lines. When you score, you want to make sure that your mat is not torn up, because if this is all ripped up and you score and you press down too hard, it will fold the or it'll cut the paper. All right, so we'll give it a couple good little scores. And then we'll fold this. Oh, except I want it to be, yeah. No, I want it to be this way. Okay, so yeah, I don't want this to be on here because I want this like that. I'm gonna have to trim a smidge off of there. And then this, I'm gonna need to cut right about here. So we'll put the cutting blade back in. I do love that the blades are a different color. So if I do forget which one I have in there, I can just tell by looking. It wouldn't be the end of the world to score if you meant to cut, but it would not be great if you cut when you meant to score. Okay, and then I'm going to put this back in. And I don't know how big a piece of journaling I need, but the bigger the better. I can always come back and trim this off. All right, so that's going to be my pocket. And I really love the photo tape for a project like this. I am going to take this little folded corner and trim kind of just to get rid of some of the bulk right there. And then I'm going to score it. Not score it, crease it. I'm going to use my multi-purpose tool. I'm just going to give this a nice crisp edge because I don't want it to be too bumpy behind the layout. Okay. And then I'm going to leave a little bit. I'm going to go that way. I'm going to leave a little. I'm not going to put adhesive all the way on here. I think I'll put up at the top because I'm going to have to trim that off. But I love the photo tape because it's double-sided. So when you peel it off, it stays on this release paper. And it's not as wide as the release paper. I don't know if we can see. But it's about a 1/4 inch wide, and there's a little... All right, we can't see. But so I'm just going to use the cutting blade right on here. Nope, I went too long. because I put it all the way at the top, I can go, I'm just going to go off the edge and I'll show you what I always do. I'll do it all the way around. You know, I could have used a peekaboo pocket. That could have been a fun option. I can see on here, let's see if I peel it off a little bit, maybe you guys can see too, but. So there's the tape. And so one side, it's like there's a wider margin on one side than the other. So I want to put the wider margin toward the bottom, and I'll put the skinnier margin to the top. And because I'm lining up the top of the tape with my folded edge, I know that the tape isn't going to come off the edge. So that I do like that too. Some tapes, they go all the way to the edge. And so if you put it up along the edge, it will be sticky. I mean, you know, the sticky will come off the edge. Like happened right here. All I'm going to do with this is I'm going to peel this back. All right, so there's the tape. It's pretty clear, pretty sheer, I guess. And I'm just going to fold it back like that. So then it doesn't matter that I went off the edge. And this one, I think I'm going to do both. Too long. I'm going to do 2 pieces just because then when I stick the paper in, you know, behind the page, it won't, this will be adhered well and it won't accidentally come in above here. Does that make sense? I'm rambling a little bit. Okay. So we'll do the same thing with our tape, just kind of folding it back. And actually I'm going to peel off this piece too. And so that kind of closed down my little edges. Okay. Kind of stuck these 2 pieces together, not very well, but all right. And so now this, all right, we'll squirt one more time because it's still wanting to come open. I want it to be nice and flat, which it will be once we get this stuck down. Okay, so this is a little bit, if I want that to hide, this is a little too wide. So I'm going to just put this, I think I'll just come right up, use the back actually. And I'm going to position it where I want it. So I want this edge, and I should use my ruler even to make, actually I have to peel that piece off. To make sure that it's right up aligned with the edge. Okay. And I think the first one I'm going to do, I'm holding it in place. I'm going to do the inside section. A little tricky to peel these off one-handed. Now peel these 2 off and stick that down. All right, and then I'm going to come back, and I would like to do it from the other direction, but this one's a little too long. And this one was a little shorter, so I can peel it from this side. I mean, I could have peeled it from this side anyway. And I'm just making sure that this is all nice and flat. All right, so now I've got my little pocket. I'm just gonna take my scissors. I think I'll take my microchips actually, and we'll just cut this piece so it doesn't show through. And then I need to journal, and I think I'm going to use, I might use cardstock. Maybe I'll use some canary or some blue. Do we have a blue that color? Let me pull out a couple cardstock options and decide what I want to do. All right, I've got, this was called Paprika, and it's a little bit like that orange. and a little bit like that orange. I have a piece that's already cut, but I think it's too small. I don't know about that. And then I have this one that was called mustard, which is very close in color. But I think that might be too close in color. I have the canary, which is very light. I couldn't find a blue that was the right blue. What do I want? I mean, this will definitely catch your eye, so you'll know to pull it out. So with the orange, I think the orange kind of ties into this. All right, I'm going to try it with the orange. I should have thought about what size I was going to do my journal box before I cut it, because now I need to figure out what size, because it's gonna sit to the bottom, but I want it to not, like, it needs to, I don't want it to be down here. I want it to be here. And I think I'm going to do the circle in the other direction. I could even just do something like that. I don't think I want to do that. Could use a stripe maybe. Okay, so I need it to be, oh, look at that, right about 6 inches, which is going to give me plenty of room to journal, more than I need. But I'm not going to journal on the all the way to the edge. I don't want you to see the journaling necessarily from the, without pulling it out. All right, the problem is though, if I wanted to cut that circle, that's too small. But I guess if I did it this way and then cut like a tab, I think that will work perfectly actually. So once again, we're going to use the same concept, except I forgot to do it this way. Okay, that's going to be a little harder. But I'm going to line up, I guess it doesn't matter with the circle now, as long as it's centered. And I'm going to try and get this as close to this edge as I can, so that when I, if I need to trim it on this side, I can. Oh, except I want to be able to know where to stop and start. All right, and my camera's crooked, sorry. All right, so I kind of have this lined up in my, with my grid, which you can't see because I zoomed in too close, but I'm just gonna start this right here. I wonder if the clip thing will work. I don't know if these work on here. Yeah, they kind of do. All right, I think what I'm gonna do is this. I'm going to put this on here so that I can see that the little, the blade is right there in the middle of this plastic thing. And I need to put it, all right, I need to put it on the other side. Oh boy, this is a great idea. Wow, these little clippy things, this is a Megan Jack's technique that is so cool. All right, so if I put this right here, all right, that's centered, and that's like a stopping point right there. And I think what I'm going to do is put this on first. And it goes all the way in. I mean, it's definitely down in there. And then I'll try the same thing right here. I'll just have to scooch this guy down. Okay, that didn't work. But it's easier for me to do it on this side. And actually, this is a smaller clip than that one, and it worked a little bit better, but these are the two that I have right here. All right, now we're gonna cross our fingers. That's the inside. All right. Both feet are in the groove. Oh, that worked. Thank you, Megan Jacks. All right, and I think I'm just going to use my scissors to make this little straight cut. Okay. All right. So it's going to go in this way. But I want it to be right about here. So I need to end it here. I'll cut it a little bit long in case I need to trim it down. I'll use my paper or my photo trimmer because it's right here. Okay. There you go. I think that's going to look cute. Okay, so now, put away my danger blade. Now I'm going to journal on this. I am going to take, I think I'll take a little bit of Repo and put this on here because I don't want to come out into here. I want this to just be orange. And then I may put something else on it, like a circle or something. So I'm going to journal. I'm going to take this story and put it on here. I'm going to go all the way across. I started with really nice handwriting and it got progressively messier. So I'll journal that and then we'll figure out what we're going to do with this section. Actually, before I do that, I'm feeling like this is a big space and I don't know that I can write straight. So I am going to take my ruler. I love the zero centering ruler with the grids, and I'm going to draw some lines. I'll do the first one down like a 1/2 inch. And then I'll zoom back down. And then I'll just take this ruler again. It's got the grid lines, and so I'll line up. I write pretty small. I don't want that 1/2 inch, but I'm going to use the 1/4 inch line. I'm just going to draw me some very, very light pencil lines, which I will then erase. Interesting. It's not quite lining up, like. But that's straight enough that it will give me just a guideline to do my journaling. So I'll do the lines, I'll write the journaling, and then I'll be back. Okay, I finished my journaling. I guess I could read it to you. As usual, our adventures on the previous day kept us out late, so we had a slow start. That meant we got to the studios just in time for our lunch reservation at 50's Primetime Cafe. We ordered one of the special drinks and blah, blah, blah. I told you all that stuff. I said it's basically just lemonade that comes with an edible version of a bath bomb. So I love these white erasers to erase pencil lines. They don't take the paper off. They don't, you know, I don't know. They're my favorite. So if you ever use, you know, a pencil to draw lines, you're going to want one of these. So if you ever come to my retreats, you'll notice that I pretty much always put one of these in the goodie bags because you can never have enough white erasers. I didn't think I was going to need this whole section. I thought, oh, I could put like a picture or some stickers in here. I used the whole thing. So I had left a 1/2 inch at the top and I thought I would have a 1/4 inch at the bottom, but I needed that last row. So I'm just going to trim this little section off. Oh, look, I can put it right there on this line. So now it's going to be 5 3/4 inches. There we go. And now it's it looks more centered, even though I don't think that was straight. We're going to even straighten it up this way. No, it was straight. Apparently my lines weren't straight when I was drawing my lines. Nobody's going to know. We're not going to tell them. Okay, so now this will just slide in here, and I'm going to write something like pull out for journaling. And I actually thought it might be fun to put little Pluto on here. Maybe I'll fussy cut him out and see. I love the microchip scissors for fussy cutting. I don't know where the name came from, fussy cutting. Like, it's just a craft name. I don't know what other option you could call. You know, what's not fussy cutting? Rough cutting? I guess rough cutting might be a thing. I don't know if I should leave her finger on there. I think I won't leave her finger on, but that might make Pluto look a little weird. I still am feeling sad that we didn't get Mickey. All right, there we go. Okay. So maybe I'll put him like that. It would have been funny if he was like this. I think maybe I will just put him right here, or not do anything, because I don't really like this on here now that I did it. That's not working for me. This one's better shot. Okay, maybe we're not doing it. Oh, I guess I put him right there. No, we're not doing anything. I'm just going to write pull out for journaling. I wish I have something. I need something on here when I figure out what we're going to do for embellishment. And I think I want to write it around the circle. Pull out for journaling. All right, that worked okay. It needs something. That. Is it a piece of the stripe? Or another piece of the diamond? No, I don't think it's the diamond. Oh, look, I could have done my journaling on this. Darn it. It needs something in here. But it's not that. Darn it, that's a really cute picture of her. Well, I'm going to leave that for now. If something comes to me, we need some kind of embellishments. You know that. I need those. All right, let's clean this off and then look at it all together. So as I sat and looked at this for a minute, it needs something else. It definitely needs something on here, but I feel like it needs something here and even up here. And I have this happy hour border punch. This was from a promo this past summer. And I think I may try to punch like maybe some navy. And I'm going to punch like right along here. I'll tuck it behind the pictures. And then when I get my little clean plate club, I can put that on. I wish I had my Dine punch, but that's over at my studio. So we're going to use this one. And I think I'm just going to use blue cardstock. So let's try that and see how it goes. All right, so I started with blue, but I didn't really like the way these two went together. So then I tried navy, and I didn't like those. But this one is called Victoria Blue, and I feel like it's the closest match to this blue on here. So that's what we're going to use to punch our border. And I mean, this is like cocktails and stuff, and I told you about the secret way to know that this is a non-alcoholic drink. We are not drinkers in our family, so all the drinks we drink are generally non-alcoholic. Not even generally, always. So these are a little bit bigger than I thought they were going to be, a little taller. But let's cut this off. Maybe it's going to go behind her. I don't think so. I don't know. Maybe? What do you think? Maybe I'll just do it to there. I know, I didn't get my little silicone mat out. I should have. It's right here. Guess I could even scoot that picture up a little bit. Oh, except that I messed up my cut. So now I got to clean it up. Not clean it off. I started to say off. Clean it up. This one is too tall because it covers up my journaling. But maybe I will do this one. I don't know. This might have been a dumb choice. Ah. It's a little bit smaller. I wish I wasn't so fiddly. It would have been totally fine with that width. But that one's in that direction, so I want to go that way and that way. And then yeah, I wish I had this whole piece. I could have cut it off. I like that little guy. I guess I'll punch another section. And when I cut the last one, all I did was put the like the top, this piece on the 1/8 inch line. So I should get the same spacing. And then we're going to cut here. It's maybe a little bit wrong shaped, like that. I like this one. Oh, maybe I'll do that. I'll do these two. This one. Just like that. There we go. That works. I don't want it that way. Nope, I want it that other way. That way I still have room for the Clean Plate Club sticker if I find it, when I find it. Let's not say if. I'm going to clean that off just a little bit too. I didn't do a very good job trimming. Okay. All right, better late than never, right? I probably need something orange though now. I wonder if I cut some orange pieces. No, I don't want to do that. That's too much. I've spent too much time on this layout already. So here's our finished layout. I think it's done. I feel like there's something missing right up here. I don't know what it is. I also kind of feel like this orange is floating off by itself. But I think once I find the sticker, the Clean Plate Club sticker, and I can put that there, maybe I'll find two and I'll put one up here. I don't know. I may end up putting a orange circle, I don't know, behind there. I think it's too much though. I don't want to go too far with the circles. I think we're done. I think it's gonna be done. It's gonna be fine unless I think of something down the line that works and makes me happy, like we did with the dinosaur stickers a few weeks ago. So thank you so much for joining me for week 51 on my birthday. Sadly, not my 51st birthday. That would have been magical. A little bit more than that. I had a fun time with this one. I like the progression. I love that we were able to do the journaling in here with the pull out. If you pull it out straight, it comes out. If you pull it out crooked, not so much. So there's our pull-out journaling. And then, of course, I use the traditional pages for a Creative Memories album. So my page protectors open on the side. If you do the top loading pockets and you were to do this, you might want to put yours so it loads from the top. Or, you could put it in a peekaboo pocket. We could have done that. But I like the way it turned out. It makes it a little fun, a little interactive. Most people probably aren't going to pull out for the journaling, but, the people who really care will do that. So next week is my Croptoberfest. So I'm excited about that. I'm having 2 Croptoberfests at my studio here in Alabama. And then the week after that, week 53, will be kind of the 1-year anniversary. I don't remember exactly what date we started, but I know there's 52 weeks in a year. So next week is the last week of the year. And then we'll start again with year 2. We're still going on this. And I will actually be at Disney the day that video airs. I'll record it ahead of time, so you guys won't miss any weeks, but I'll have recorded it ahead. I'm going down to visit Michelle, taking her college roommate who has not been to Disney in many, many years, and she's going with me. They're BFFs, and we're going to go down to Disney and go to Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. So I'm excited about that. Thanks for watching. Thanks for your feedback. I love when you guys interact with me in the comments. Super, super love that Marie made a point to come and visit me. I got somebody else, Doris, that's coming. I'm going to get to see her next week, and just really love the relationships that we've been able to make, oddly enough, through YouTube. You would never thought that this would be a social media, but sure appreciate you guys, appreciate your likes, appreciate your recommendations and your feedback to me. So thank you so much for watching. Have a great, great day. And I will be back again very soon with another edition of Theme Park Thursday.